We made mistakes in Garissa. That is the admission by the government exactly a week after the attack that drew the attention of the world. It is an admission that will probably do very little to heal the pain of parents who lost their children in the attack, but admission nonetheless that could chart the way forward on the way the government and security agents handle disasters. Government spokesman Manoah Esipisu says there were shortcomings in the dealings with the al-shabaab massacre in Garissa. Linda Ogutu has the details.
5:30 a.m. the time an attack was launched on students who were just waking up at the Garissa University College. The hours went by, and with each hour, lives were lost as the terrorists embraced their senseless killings unabated. It would be several hours before help could get to them, and by the time the siege was over, tens of bodies were strewn all over the university. 148 lives were lost. And today, the government, through the presidential spokesperson Manoah Esipisu, admitted that indeed there were lapses in the response to Garissa University College terror.
Might there be delays? There might be. It's operational. But have you, in reacting, taken on board your other experiences? I would like to think that of course you have.
As the attack went on, the hope of many of the students were pegged on the new Interior Cabinet Secretary Joseph Nkaissery, who has a military background, and the Inspector General Joseph Boynet. The two men had replaced men who had been accused of inefficiencies after several attacks in the country. The two have been criticized for being the first to arrive at the scene. They flew to Garissa and let their wrecker squad drive down to Garissa in the midst of the attack.
People commenting on whether the minister should have been on the ground or not don't even know what the variables were at the time. Do you know how the minister flew there? Would you have loved the Recce company to fly in a 3-seater helicopter? 25 of them. Those are details that I don't see people engage with, because actually you don't have those details, rightly so. They are operational things. They wouldn't be bandied around the street.
And perhaps as they drove down, the men who ended the siege were strategizing on how to save as many lives as possible and end the siege in the shortest time possible. The last thing on their minds could have been a 500 shilling allowance that they would get from the government, an amount that has ached many Kenyans who think the men deserve better.
If you're going into a rescue mission, whether carrying your allowance is the most important thing on earth, is it? You're going to save lives, not to worry about money.
The Garissa attack came just days after the United Kingdom and Australia issued travel advisories to their citizens, warning them against visiting certain areas in the country, including Garissa. And so, even as it admitted its mistakes in Garissa, the government shared its frustration with the absence of mutual reciprocity, with the United Kingdom saying the intelligence report that led to the advisory was not shared. The admission by the government on its failures, it is hoped, will translate to a better response and coordination in rescue efforts if senseless killings are to be stopped. Linda Ogutu, KTN.